Hi, and welcome to a new season of Inevitably Great, the third season. Almost a year passed since the last time I recorded an episode. It was my birthday, I remember, last year. And I'm very excited. In the meantime, I guess the time gap between this episode and the last I recorded is much bigger than I would have expected. At the same time, I'm truly excited because in this year, another book has been published, Playing with Courage, and a lot of other projects came to life with easier. One of them being The Field, probably the most ambitious thing I've ever been part of. And The Field is the first in the world global platform designed for pro athletes and pro coaches in sports to train spirit, to pretty much consider what happens when we realize, when we remember that sports is something for made of people who are alive. It's not inanimate. It's not a thing for machines. And what does this really mean? And I'll get to this. This is actually the theme of today's episode. But in general, I'm truly looking forward to this season. My guess is, even though, of course, as you know, the characteristic of this podcast, Inevitably Great, is that it comes in real time. I don't script anything. It's something I feel fresh in my body, and I click record, and I just share it. But my feeling is that what I've been seeing the last year, what I've been struck by, is the enormous power in the simplicity of what we're pointing to. So now back to the theme, the idea that recognizing we are alive makes a difference, is that if you look at performance, not just in sports, but the way we look at performance is a lot, it's made of a lot of stuff we could do and we would do equally if we were looking at machines. So we analyze the data, the GPS, the thing, the measures, the numbers. We try to hone in the processes and try to kind of like get more and more detail into what I call this if then maps that get us, okay, well, look, so if this happens, then this is what you do, but then if this happens, then you do this instead, and then otherwise this and that. And the idea is that the more elaborate we have, we can get to this map, the more we can tune it, the better equipped we will be to, pretty much know what to do in any situation, right? And obviously, it's a crazy endeavor that cannot possibly work, given that life is enormously fluid and, 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 and moving. So we will never have the map that gives us the perfect process. So, but we try to shrink it. We try to, because we're afraid of the fluidity of life, and we try to like pretend it's not there, and we're like, no, 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 no. Life is actually something that is very fixed, and we are fixed, and we can actually try to, as best we can, shrink it to a set of actions, and they come to when it comes to our body, the hardware, and a set of action when it comes to our mind, the software. But we forget that we're not a machine. We're not hardware and software. There's more. There's the fact that we're alive. And the fact that we're alive brings with it the fact that we are beings that are capable of seeing something new any moment. We're capable of performing in ways that defy even the most optimistic of our, that we can imagine. We're made to meet the moment. We're always, always, always equipped to know what the next step is. Uh, we bring with us the capacity of expressing our best 100% of the time, no exception. This is crazy, right? Like you and all the people around you in your business, in your team, whatever, actually are alive, and life has properties which include the fact that it will always express its best all the time. There's only one mode, but we don't keep this into account, and then we struggle. So the question I'm playing with recently is, look at your life, look at your relationship, your activity, whatever it is. Again, maybe you're a sport professional, maybe you have a team, maybe you're in business. But how often, and how much do you actually take into consideration the fact that you're alive? Like as a practical factor. Because I'm sure you keep in how many people in my team or in my business, what's the budget? What are the resources? How much energy we can measure does the team is the moment where we are physically tired or physically we have a lot of things we keep track of and we keep into account. But how often do you keep among these things also the fact, oh, and we're alive, which comes with its own properties and things that we can rely on? And culturally, my guess is that probably your case too, the answer is not even a little, I think it's never. I don't think there's a single line in your business plan, in your spreadsheet, in your plan for the season that includes the fact that we're alive. And for the rest of this season, we'll try as best as we can to see what happens, what kind of answers we can find, what implications we can find when we ask ourselves, oh, what if I started to keep that in mind? What does that actually mean? What would that open up? For now, I stop here, and I'm very excited for this new adventure. Ciao, talk soon.